Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. So let's solve this question here. It says, dash is the substance that settles down during primary treatment of wastewater. Option A, primary sludge. Option B, secondary sludge. Option C, anaerobic bacteria. And option D, none of them. So it says the dash is the substance that settles down during primary treatment of wastewater. So what type of component does settle down during primary treatment of wastewater? Now, what are they talking about? They're talking about sewage treatment. Yes. So when we actually talk about this term, or when we read this term, that is primary treatment of wastewater, they're talking about the sewage treatment. Or you can also say wastewater treatment. So there are two main, you can say, processes here. The first one is called as primary treatment. Okay, or you can say primary process. The second one, we call it as secondary process. Secondary process or secondary treatment, anything you can say. Now, during primary treatment, there is removal of all the solid particles by filtration. Okay, filtration. Then further, all the grit and all will get sedimented. Okay, so the grit, that is pebbles, etc., they will get sedimented. That is the first sedimentation. Then further, this particular component or this particular effluent will be sent to further sedimentation tank. Okay, this is the effluent sedimentation. So this is the primary sedimentation, you could say. Primary sedimentation. And hence you can also say that the component which gets settled down, the organic component, whichever are heavy, they will settle down. And that is called as primary sludge. Primary sludge. Okay, so that happens, or that is produced during primary treatment itself. The further the effluent will be taken for the secondary treatment here. And here there will be aeration. So in secondary treatment, there is aeration which is provided. Okay, so that will allow the growth of bacteria and fungus. And further, after aeration, the bacteria and fungus, what will they do? They reduce the BOD of the water. Reduce the BOD. And after this, the flocks, that is the flock of bacteria and fungus, they are allowed to settle down. And then what you get is your, next is activated sludge. Activated sludge, because these do contain the living organisms here, that is aerobic bacteria and fungus. And further, this sludge will be treated by, that is by anaerobic process, which will digest the organisms which are present here by anaerobic organisms or anaerobic bacteria. So that's how the entire process goes on. And the effluent will be further treated with chemicals and it will be released into the water bodies. Okay. So let us see. The question says dash is a substance that settles down during primary treatment of wastewater. So as you saw, it is nothing but the primary sludge. So option A should be the correct answer. Option B says secondary sludge. So secondary sludge, it is because we are talking about the primary treatment, so secondary sludge will not come into picture at all. Option C says anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria again comes into the during secondary treatment, not the primary treatment. Hence it is ruled out. Option D says none of the above, which is again ruled out. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option A. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.